All right, this is Rudy. It's June the 17th, the year 2017, and I just wanted to say that Philando Castile was murdered in cold blood by the cops. The girl sitting next to him in the driver's seat live streamed the event as he died on camera. That was probably the event that triggered Micah Johnson, who was the Dallas sniper, to do what he did in Dallas when he started taking out people in downtown Dallas. But there's going to be a lot of people jump on this. Black Lives Matter. They're going to say that it's a black thing and, you know, make it a racist thing, that the cop got off and that he killed another black guy. I would offer for your consideration that Jeffrey Winehouse is not black. And they attempted to murder Jeffrey Winehouse. They shot him twice in the head. Bullets were bouncing off his head with a .40 caliber hollow point, and they shot him twice in the torso, and then one officer shot 2 times and missed. So they shot at him 6 times. The point I'm trying to make is that I don't see this as a racist thing. I know the black people are going to go crazy. They're already protesting, and they should protest. But they should protest the militarization of the cops. They should protest the fact that we've let our court system get completely out of control. And if we had a proper court system, that officer that shot Philando Castile would be held accountable and he would be buried underneath that prison. Okay, but that didn't happen. Why? Because our court system's completely out of control and they take care of their own. And if you're part of the club, and that cop must have been part of the club, they'll take care of their own. But if you're not part of the club, you get buried under the prison. And or they just don't care about you. But I don't see this thing as, when Philando Castile got killed, as a black thing. I see it as a tyrannical militarization of our police force. And we've let our court system get completely out of control, and there's no way that you can hold a bad cop accountable anymore. There's a book that was written that was recommended to me by a political prisoner. The political prisoner's name is Jason Patrick. It's called Rise of the Warrior Cop. I'm about 80% done with it. At some point I'm going to do a book report on it when I can finish it up. But it talks about the militarization of the police force in America and how it has resulted in the deaths of many people. Because of this war on drugs and no-knock warrants where they just come crashing into your house. It's very easy for them to get warrants nowadays. The judges just rubber stamp the warrants. All they have to have is somebody said they might have saw a marijuana roach clip in your ashtray, and they just come flooded through the door, and they'll kill your dog, they'll kill your children. This has been going on for a long time. And the cops, you know, they get the wrong house at times, they kill people. So I don't see this as a black thing. When they killed Philando Castile, I see it as a tyrannical cop issue. And we've let the militarization of our police force. And we need to do something to get our government back under control where they're not killing people. And should we protest that Philando Castile was murdered? Absolutely. Absolutely. But we should all be protesting together. And all of us, you know, no matter what the color of your skin. But that's my take on this. And if you think that it's only black people getting killed by cops, then you ain't paying attention very closely. Because there's a lot of other people that are not black that are getting killed by cops and shot at by cops and that are being imprisoned by our corrupt government. We've got a cop system, a law enforcement, a judicial system, and a court system that's completely AWOL. And the only way it's going to be fixed is it's going to take a collective effort of all the people in America. We got to hold these judges accountable. We got to call. You don't kiss the ring of your tyrant and say, "Please, Mr. Tyrant, treat me a little better if I'm just nice to you." You don't beg your officials, please be nice to us. And as you know, the judges in the Bundy case, you don't laugh when someone claims they have constitutional rights. You just don't do that, right? We all have constitutional rights, and if we don't collectively get together and do something about it across this country, it's all over with. It's absolutely all over with. And I guess that's all I got to say about that. I always want to close with the last line of peaceful defense between a tyrannical government and the defendant is jury nullification. If you don't know what jury nullification is, look it up on fija.org, F-I-J-A.org. You can go look up all these documentaries that this Black Lives Matter put out, and they don't put out any solutions. All they do is whine and complain about how bad the government treats black people. And I know the government treats black people bad, but they not only are doing it to black people, they're doing it to everybody. Just the same thing with Planned Parenthood, right? They're killing black babies. Well, guess what? They're killing babies of other colors too. And we got to all collectively come together and saying, we got to stop all of this. It's got to be done collectively together and not done on a racial line. That's my opinion. But, you know, if going back to jury nullification, you need to remember that when you're in that courtroom and you get picked for a jury, you are more powerful than the judge. You can determine in your mind that this law is unconstitutional and you can vote to acquit. And that's what you should do, except unless you're voting on Philando Castile's law officer. I don't even know his name, but you should vote guilty in his case because he murdered Philando Castile. But we got just a big mess in this country, and I don't know that it'll be fixed without Jesus, but you know, we'll keep trying for whatever time we have left. Take care.